Cool. So let's start, Janvi.
Yes, let's
So
start.
how are you feeling?
I am feeling amazing. It's beyond happy. This is this moment of profound happiness. I'm boisterous. I'm very jumpy. And actually, you had called me right before I checked the result. And you know how I was like, sir, I don't know kya hoga. And then it was a single digit rank,
So
and seeing a
this,
single
so
digit rank was
this,
like,
so this is a story that we all should be knowing. Janvi from not able to reach the center or was all set to miss CLAT 2022 because of her health health reasons. Was all set. I mean, 3 4 days back of the examination, she never knew that she'll be able to write the examination or not because of some some health issues happened with her. To making it to a all India rank 8 in CLAT 2022. This is a story, I think, a story of a lot of guts, a lot of efforts, a lot of boldness, and a lot of confidence that I need to make it to the examination. So, Janvi, tell me, I mean, what was it that was stopping you from writing the examination that kind
yeah,
of made you so worried? And then finally you wrote the examination. So we'll be starting with the preparation strategies, the preparation techniques, the tips and stuff for all the aspirants. But let's hear this story of a lot of guts. Yeah, Janvi,
yeah.
tell me.
So Monday on 13th of June, just 6 days before CLAT. Actually, so I had a crack in my nasal bone, so I had to apply an ointment on my nose. So what had happened was that it dried rock hard and it went into my eye and it created a wound on the cornea and my eye started bleeding. My left eye, it started bleeding. And I panicked. Obviously, we rushed to the hospital and they told me that you won't, you can lose your eye. This is a major injury, you won't be able to write the paper. I was like, no, but I have a very important exam on coming Sunday. I need to give it my best. And they were like, are you crazy? Are you stupid? You might lose your eye and you want to write that test. So I was very panicked that day. And actually my mom texted Harsh sir from my phone and he called me right away. And he asked, how are you feeling? And I started crying. I was not able to hold it up, and then we went to another doctor, they cleaned the wound, etc. But I was with an eye patch for the next 4 days, and the drops that they had put into my eyes blurred my vision for the next 4 5 days. And actually I remember writing a mock with an eye patch on, and I got 114 in that mock, and that boosted my confidence a lot. So till Thursday, I had that eye patch on, and it got removed. But yet, I was not able to give it my 100%. I had things planned for the last week, GK prep. Even I talked to you on just before it happened. We had a call, and you were telling me everything that I should be doing, and I was not able to do much
Most
of it,
most of it,
most of
yes.
it, most of it.
Hmm.
And I just read that 790 pages GK notes we had because Urja, my friend, had made this amazing list of topics. I was not able to do
Merchant,
that. Yeah,
merchant,
merchant, my
merchant,
bestie. Yeah.
merchant.
So
Merchant is going to Nalsar or NUJS, na? I think she should
Nalsar,
be going to Nalsar. Merchant is
Nalsar.
going to Nalsar, yeah. And Anushka?
Anushka AR 32 and she topped in
32.
Maharashtra state boards 96%.
So Anushka taught Maharashtra state boards as well. And with
Yes,
32, she'll be going to
in the list.
NLS, right? I think we
Yes.
need to have this study group, study group interview as well, where I think all
Yes,
three of
yes.
you kind of come
We need
together.
to.
So
We need
let's
to.
so let's do this tomorrow evening. I think
Yes.
after A-Late, I'm Merchant or Anushka. I don't know whether they are writing the
No, no, no.
examination
They
or
are
not.
very serious about it. Very
Acha.
serious. Yeah.
So they'll be writing it, and let's say so Anushka has to travel back to Pune, no? So are you
Yeah.
guys partying tomorrow night, or she'll
Yes,
be going
we
back to
are. We
she'll
are
go
going to. Going to go to. We are going on a lunch date after CLAT.
lunch date after
CLAT,
class?
nahi, sorry, late.
A-late Janvi. So Janvi comes from a town which is near Mumbai, right?
Yeah, Dombivali.
And the name of the town is Dombivali. So Janvi is from Dombivali. Merchant is what she's talking about. Her name is Urja Merchant, and she's from Bombay. And Anushka, which has a 32 rank, with will be moving to NLS. She will be traveling from Pune, right?
Yes,
And
yes, right.
we'll be getting all three of them tomorrow evening, or maybe Monday morning. I don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
spoil their lunch date tomorrow. So so let's see. So yeah, Janvi, you look so happy. You are glowing completely. I've never seen you this happy. I've seen you multiple times in the platinum batches or let's say
No,
the
it's Super
Super
30.
30 batch as well. Yeah, so I've seen you that, and you have never been so happy. So, but cool. And then congratulations
Yeah,
on
and
this
again,
achievement.
on the
Yeah.
D day, I gave a sectional test of legal, and in that my vision blurred. I was not able to see much of the passage, and uh, I got a headache, and I was so worried after that. They were like, "Shit, I don't want this to happen in CLAT,"
So,
but it didn't.
so you wrote the section test in the morning only,
Yeah, I wrote it in the morning on
just as a
19th
practice
June.
kind of a thing. Hmm.
Yeah, just for a practice kind of thing.
So cool. Let's start, Janvi. Why you thought of doing law, as and when did you decide, or you are doing law as a graduation, or you have chosen to be a lawyer? You
I think I haven't decided much as to what to do after
hmm,
graduation. So I think as of now it's just graduation. And why I chose law was that I always found it very interesting, and I think law forms the foundation of a society, of how everything functions, and it is a very complex thing that probably not many people understand. So I really wanted to have this privilege of understanding the complex laws and helping people.
hmm, hmm. That was
Yeah, because I
that's
had
the
done
reason
NEET
that
foundation before
okay.
that, and I found that it wasn't my thing.
So you started a preparation a year back, right?
I started in 11th. I started it in 11th, but I was not preparing that well in 11th. I started it in 12th. I gave CLAT 2021, and I got an all India rank of 1211. Then I
Hmm.
took an entire drop.
And then you prepared purely online
Yeah.
from the comfort of your home. Right.
Yes.
So, how was it to prepare online? I mean, was it challenging? I know there are a few challenges which you have to take care of, but were there any positives as well coming from the
I
online?
I don't think that there were many challenges, to be honest, because I was staying in my home. It was happening with the comfort of my it was happening with the comfort of my home. And the only negative point of studying online was that I was not able to meet my friends.
Make friends,
No, I was not able to meet my friends in
meet you,
person,
meet your friends. You were kind of all virtually connected,
virtually
but
connected.
then you have a
That's
lunch date tomorrow, so you'll be
yes,
like
you have a lunch date
meeting
tomorrow.
them tomorrow for the first
I'm
day.
giving Gaelic just for that purpose, to go
Uh,
there and meet my friends.
how cool is that? So what was your preparation like, Janvi? I mean, how were you
Yeah.
spending your day? Right.
Yeah. So actually,
Before you start, I
decision.
mean, before you start, what is your lowest mock score?
Yeah. So my lowest mock score is 44, and
Lowest
that
mock
too,
score is 44. Yes, yes, huh. And then she makes it to an All India rank 8.
and
Yes,
that
Jan.
too in September of my drop year. And I was so disheartened after that I am a dropper. Man, I know what I'm doing. How am I getting a 44?
The
But
lowest is 44. Second
yeah,
lowest
second lowest
would be in the 50s or 60s?
66.
66. So you remember scoring in the 60s as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
that was in the month of
That was in the month of April.
अप्रैल हाँ हाँ अच्छा एक वो बीच में जो टफ वाला मौका आ गया था जहाँ पे सबके स्कोर हो गए थे कम तो यू
75 आया था.
हाँ अच्छा वो वाले में 75 आया था चलो yeah so you were saying what was your routine like, what all things you took care of during your
Yeah.
preparation days, yeah. So,
Yeah, so as I said earlier, I was a dropper. So before like taking a drop, I had watched the video of Harsh sir where he explained how to take a drop. So I was very depressed, and I want to tell this to everyone who did not make it this year that it is totally valid to feel depressed. I was so depressed at that last year after July 23rd, because my class didn't go well because the invigilator wasted 20 minutes. As I said in the Super 30 lecture, he wasted 20 minutes. I was not able to finish my paper. And then the thing is that this happened a lot with many people this year as well, unfortunately. So the thing is that even though this happened, I knew that there were some mistakes in my prep as well. So just accepting that you went wrong, that you messed up, forms a very big part. And then introspection, I introspected a lot on the mistakes, and I connected with my friend from NLS. We prepped together for 2021. He's in NLS. So we connected and we made a list of mistakes. So there were 30 mistakes, from as macro as not preparing enough for QT to as micro as arguing with random people on social media. So we did that, and my day used to look like I used to wake up, read the newspaper, do QT up right after newspaper because I was very lazy at doing DI sets. I did not like math at all, so I was pretty lazy in that. And then giving mocks, the usual.
Share the story of your hard work, as in what was your day like in a drop
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
When did you start your day? What all things you need? I'm sure there would be moments of demotivation as well. There would be lots and lots of them, and then
Lots
lots
of
of them. Yes.
demotivation.
So
Do you remember I had texted you that my mock scores vary a lot? That was like a roller coaster. I got 113 in one mock. Then next mock I'm getting 80. Again I'm getting 105. Then 90. It was just
up and down, up and down. Yes.
up
So
and down, up and down.
share a story of your hard work, like your routine.
Yeah,
So how does during the last few months, how does a typical day in Janvi's life
like
look like?
sleeping.
Yeah.
So I will wake up, read the newspaper. I was also lazy with reading the newspaper, and I'll do one thing. It's a tip for everyone because identifying the main idea of the passage is very important for an exam like CLAT. So what I used to do was I used to read the editorial, then I used to summarize it in my head, and then match my summary with the summary given under the editorial.
Hmm.
So that was an exercise that I used to do every day. Then I did vocab. I focused a lot on vocab in 11th standard because I come from a Marathi medium school. So my education till 10th standard has been done in a Marathi medium school. So my English was not as good as the other aspirants. So, but vocab I did not do it at all in 12th. So then I used to do QT and then a lot of GK. I used to spend around 4 or 5 hours daily on GK. And then I used to give some sectional tests,
Hmm.
however I feel like.
Hmm.
And I used to give 2 mocks per week, 2 to 3 mocks per week,
Hmm.
not more than three. And that to three happened when in the last month only.
Hmm.
Or other than that, it was only 2 mocks per week. And yeah. And another thing of my routine, which played a big role in my routine, was that when right after waking up, I used to send a text in my group, and my group also consists of a guy called Mehul, but he did not make it this year, but he's a wonderful person. So we had this group called Moj, Mehul, Anushka, Urja, Janvi. So we used to text on the group who is up for studying. Then we all used to study together. We used to have a Pomodoro timer of 55 minutes and then 5 minute break, and we used to study together in the GMAT. So we will talk anything, but we will just have each other's company.
Hmm. Hmm. Makes sense. Yes. Yes. Trying to figure out your ways, your own ways to study in a group, right? You see
Yeah.
that kind of people are in front of you, so it's fine.
Yes.
Just like attending that virtual live mock. I mean, being at home, you see those
Yes. Yes.
students
Yes.
writing mock right right in front of
Because
you.
many people panic after going to the center and they see
Right.
a lot of aspirants.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
that's important. Yeah.
5 tips that you would give to the CLAT aspirants, Janvi, I mean, for
Yeah.
23,
Number one
24.
will be give mocks on time.
Very
Okay.
important. Don't
Give
don't postpone
pile.
them. Yeah.
Don't postpone on them. Give
Hmm.
mocks on time and analyze them as well.
Hmm.
Analyze them very thoroughly.
Hmm.
Don't. I mean, there are going to be mocks that are going to go very bad, and you will have your own coping mechanisms. Mine was just getting dressed up, wearing nice earrings, going for a walk, and then coming back feeling better, and then okay, I got this. I'll do it, and then analyzing them well, especially the mocks in which you did poorly,
Hmm. Hmm.
exactly figuring out what went wrong. And there are two types of analysis. One is a macro analysis where you figure out the big things. Okay, I did not give this much time to a section, or I messed up I messed up my time management. And then there are micro things like what was the author thinking, I was not able to figure out the conclusion in the passage. So figure out these things, write down the macro things on a paper or a notebook, and read that before every mock. That helps. And I also had this sheet after I talked to you. You told me how to eliminate options in legal. So I also had this sheet of D-Day instructions जिसमें मैंने सब लिख के रखा था
Uh,
कि legal में क्या क्या करना है, because legal was my weakest section. I used to get stuck a lot in it, but it went phenomenally well in class. Like I got 37.5 in legal, and I'm so proud of that.
all the sad or the irritating mocks you wrote of
Yeah.
Legaledge, those were so irritating for all of you,
Yeah.
frustrating for all of you that why are these mocks so tough? But I think what eventually happened is that it made you feel that CLAT was easy. I mean,
Very
CLAT was
easy. Yeah.
doable. So
That was doable.
CLAT seem to be pretty much do. I mean, that is what the purpose of a mock should be.
Yeah,
On the
yeah, yeah.
D-Day, you should feel extremely comfortable. And I've been
It's
telling
true.
this to a lot of students, like, you have to prepare for the worst.
Yeah, and
You have to prepare for the worst.
I
Yes.
remember telling Karan sir that, sir, I have a bias towards LEMOX. I despise them from the bottom of my heart. I can't believe I said that. And another, like, okay, if we're talking about tips, as Harsh sir says, give disproportionate amount of time to your weak sections. QT was my weakest section actually. So, and in CLAT 2021, I got 0.75 in QT,
And in CLAT 2022,
10.75.
10.75. So like this is a drastic change. I mean, you must have put in a lot of efforts to
In
improve your
December,
QT
in December, I used to study QT for 7 to 8 hours every day.
every day.
And I have 3, 4 books just of QT, just
QT
dedicated to QT.
practice. Uh,
QT practice, writing down all the important
so
tricks and tips.
so the five things that you would be telling to all
Okay,
aspirants
another
must
thing.
to do. Yes.
Yeah, GK. Do not delay GK. Start doing it if you are preparing for CLAT 2023. Start doing it from now. Because delaying GK, it will just pile up and then you will be like, oh shit, I have a lot of backlog to cover. Do GK every day. GK and math are something that you should do every day unless and until you are like extremely good at it. Like there are some people who are good at math, right? But if these section are your weakest section, then please devote them, give them the time and effort they require. And as we know that GK of both GK of CLAT 2021 and 2022 have been pretty vague. I mean,
Hmm.
see, I mean, you cannot just go to the exam by doing the most important topics. You have to cover the small things from compendiums and stuff. So do that and give a lot of sectional tests. Mock tests are there, but sectional tests will help you in improving your sectional timing. So I was not able to finish legal in 35 minutes. So I remember there were 3 days where I just gave legal sectional tests, and that
Hmm.
helped me a lot.
Hmm. 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 So the five things. So are we done with five or we are done with three?
Another thing, sorry.
Yeah.
And learn the skill of reading critically. So your speed while attempting the paper is not going to be same. So you're not going to be like extremely fast or extremely slow. It's gonna be a variation. So even by reading the passage, as everyone is going to teach you, you will have to slow down when the author is stating his main idea, and then just skim the passage when he's giving his examples and justifying his opinion. So having that skill and the skill of elimination is super important for an exam like CLAT. So learn these two things; they will take you to great places. These are
You
the five.
every wrong answer will have at least one word as incorrect, and every right
Yes.
answer will have all words as correct.
All,
Yeah,
all words are correct.
all words
Yes.
as correct. Cool. Five things that you would suggest CLAT students to not do during their CLAT
Yeah, there are
preparation.
so many.
So
Okay,
at least
number.
five. You can kind of mention 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah.
Yeah,
Janvi,
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
So number one is do not solve random material from Telegram community. I have seen so many people
Thank
doing
you for
that.
putting this on the record, Janvi. Do not solve random material available on the Telegram communities and groups and stuff. Cool.
Yeah, because whatever material you are solving, make sure it has a good explanation. If the material provided doesn't have a good explanation, how will you improve? I have seen people solving RC passages and stuff from Telegram community, and these material that kind of material didn't even have an explanation, didn't even have explanations. And and I always think that no practice is better than bad practice. So don't do bad practice
Hmm.
and solve GMAT and LSAT material. That material is amazing. Their explanation are amazing. And I remember you telling us to solve GMAT material. That's how I got my hands
Like,
on it.
that's the so GMAT is a mother of critical reasoning, right? It's
Yes.
a mother of reading comprehensions.
Yes.
You get good passages, you get good questions that will help you make your concept stronger.
Yeah.
Plus, you have the correct answer key and you have fantastic explanations as well. That will actually tell you where you are going wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
or on what all grounds the right answer option is right. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Truly.
so
And even
that helps.
GMAT and LSAT RC has a diverse
Diverse diverse reading experience as well.
reading
Cool.
experience, because in CLAT mocks we usually see editorial like passages, not in LE mocks. I think there were many philosophy and
In
science
fact,
based.
Rishabh was telling me, Janvi, the other day on the call that that having non-editorial based passages in the legal
Yeah.
edge mocks actually helped him a lot to
Yes,
attend the
yes.
examination, because ultimately in the examination also there were a lot of non-editorial passages.
I was kind of happy. I was like, yes, people are gonna do bad in those. I'm gonna do well
I'm
in
good in those.
Actually, I have also done some research on philosophy. You know, you told us in Super 30 to read that. I don't. Did
Philosophy
it?
book. In
Yeah.
fact, I made you guys reach Amazon, showed you the exact book. This is the book. If you wish, in a group, you can kind of get it for yourself.
I watched Crash Course Philosophy, the Green Brothers channel on
Okay.
YouTube. So, or philosophy, psychology as well, little bit of physics and science-based passages.
Hmm.
So, eclectic reading is very important. Don't just rely on editorial like passages.
It's good. I mean, I can understand that you have worked a lot on your vocabulary, because you are using certain very good words during this conversation.
No, the thing with me is that whenever I'm happy or like super emotional, I tend to use a high-end
Super
vocabulary.
words.
Yeah,
Super
super
words.
words.
No, yeah. Cool. So like five things we were on
Yeah,
that
first thing
question.
is that,
Should
yeah,
not be doing. Yes. So
yeah.
random
First
material,
was
no.
random material.
Yeah. Second.
Second was like, do not try to plan your entire prep. I mean, I've seen people doing that. January में मैं ये करूँगा, Feb में मैं वो करूँगा. Go weekly. I think going weekly helps a lot because you have achievable, reasonable goals, and it's not like I'll finish my entire, I don't know, GK prep in 1 month, then I'll do that, because that does not happen. That does not help. So plan weekly and also daily planning.
Going
Planning to,
so once you go deeper into your preparation, you are more matured as an aspirant, and
yeah,
a mature aspirant takes different decisions than when you compare it to an aspirant during the start of his or her preparation. Hmm.
absolutely agreed.
So
Absolutely
you
agreed.
cannot plan everything. Cool.
Yeah, another thing I want to say is that people tend to ignore their mental or emotional responses while writing the mocks. So, for example, what used to happen with me is that if the mock is very easy, I was like, yeah, this is very easy. This is my cup of tea. And then I used to do not as per my expectations in the mock. And another thing that happened was that in order to not do this, I took so much pressure. I remember there was this one mock which was very easy. I was like, oh, that this is very easy. Shit, so many people are gonna do well in this. So many people are gonna score well, and my percentile will be bad, and that deteriorated my performance a lot in that mock. So being in that mental frame, that one question at a time, one passage at a time, do not think about the previous questions. Do not think about what you have done in the past questions, or GK was bad or legal was bad. Do not think about that, and paying attention to your emotional responses while you're writing mock and while you're analyzing it is very important, because academic things are gonna be there, but you have to figure out yourself. And don't just go on YouTube, and there are so many videos on YouTube, schedule for CLAT, the best schedule for CLAT. It won't suit you. You have to know yourself first. So yeah, don't go on following random things if you don't know yourself.
Ultimately,
Another,
point number one and point number three remains the same. Don't follow random stuff on social media. Be it channels, be it those Telegram groups, be it those Telegram channels or those YouTube channels as well. No,
yeah,
doesn't work.
the
Doesn't
so-called
work that way.
elixir for CLAT. I don't know. So
Doesn't work.
another thing is that give time and effort to QT. People tend to ignore QT. And this is what everyone says. I know it's very cliche that giving time to
I'm
QT is
so
important.
thankful that you have brought this up, as in focus on QT. 15 marks. In fact, I was
Yeah,
discussing this with Harshit and Rishabh as well in the morning, that between 1.6.5, 106.5, which is a score, which is Kanishka's score, and
55 rank.
100.25, which is Soumya's score,
Huh.
there are approximately 90 ranks in between.
Exactly.
In a space of six odd marks, there are 90 ranks in between, and this is where uh, courses, or let's say section like QT comes into
Even
the picture.
GKs are
Even GK, like every
little.
every mark has so much importance. Like 4 5 marks here and there, and your rank and your kind of colleges will change.
Yeah, even 0.25 has such an impact when you
Such
are
an
in the
impact.
range of 100 to 105. So doing QT is very important. Don't ignore the advice of your mentors. Do not do that. Okay, like these people have experience. They have experienced things. So if you feel like ये कुछ भी बता रहे हैं, इतने marks तो मैं नहीं दूंगा या फिर मैं तो ये नहीं करूंगा, QT के बिना मेरा हो जाएगा, ऐसे नहीं होता. I have done all these noob things. That's why I'm saying it to you. And also I think there was another thing that I wanted to say is that it's okay to feel disheartened after writing a mock, but don't go in the guilt trap. People go in that guilt trap and then they don't. And like when you are in a guilt trap, even though you're studying, your mind isn't really there. So that studying is not at all productive. And again, don't compete a lot with people. Like there are going to be competition is very much required, but don't feel like, oh shit, this person is scoring that much, I'm scoring this low. Your worst enemy is yourself, and your best friend is also you. So focus on yourself first.
You seem to be so excited, Janvi. I'm so happy to actually have you here. It's like because I've seen the other version of you as well. I mean, actually, happy you are so excited and you are so elated about things. Fantastic. I mean, how things change. I mean, I know you have a story of for CLAT 2022, as in not able to write the examination, then eventually making it to a single.
Yeah, and
So
not being
Did you
yeah.
think while you're taking a year drop that you get a single digit rank in CLAT?
I had that plan. Actually, I saw Shweta Ramachandran, I guess, who got 1200 rank in CLAT 2020, and then she got AIR 4 in CLAT 2021. That gave me a lot of
Confidence,
hope,
more
confidence.
hope. Yeah, hope,
Yeah, but
confidence.
then when this happened, and in the last month, I was not at all aiming for a single digit rank. I was like, NLS तक का rank चल जाएगा, कुछ भी हो जाए, it's okay. And even my parents, I love the fact that my mom and my dad did not put much pressure on me. They were like, "तू जो करने कर, it's
Hmm.
okay."
हो जाएगा
And
सब मैनेज कर
yeah,
लेंगे.
and even when this I thing happened, and I talked to Harsh sir, and what Harsh sir said really meant so much to me. He said to me that it's fine. CLAT is an aptitude-based test, so it won't really matter if you're not able to study up to your fullest potential in the last week. Last week में कोई कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं उखाड़ता.
Hmm.
Those were his words. And also, I remember I was texting Harsh sir yesterday, and I sent him a screenshot of an email I had sent to him after CLAT
I have that.
2021.
I have the screenshot with me. Yes, I have the screenshot with me of that email. Yes, I have that.
Yeah, so I had emailed him that I'm mentally broke and I don't know what to do in life after that. And he said, "No, Janvi." He's like, "No, Janvi, you can't be depressed after doing so well." And I really like that. The personal touch.
Hmm. Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. So, how are things at home now? Family and parents and
Very
your.
happy. So I really want to mention my brother Prathamesh. He's doing mechanical engineering and he has supported me so much. He used to take my QT sessions. So he's good at math. Obviously, he's an engineering student. He's good at math. So he used to solve my doubts in math and then he used to help me make my schedule. He had even given a CLAT mock just to know what I go through and
Okay.
help me with that. Yeah, he's that involved in my life. And even with this I thing happened, he was just there for me and giving me all of love and support. And he's the best sibling on planet Earth. I'm telling you, you won't find a better sibling than him.
Siblings don't say such things about siblings, right? So,
Yeah.
but you have the best sibling on earth, so that should be
He
pretty
is.
motivating for him. Yes. Hmm.
Yes. And
it
like,
all comes it all comes alive when you see that there is an outcome here, like finally there's an
yeah.
outcome.
And
You have kind of reached what you had always dreamt of.
yes,
Yes.
very much. And even yesterday, you had called me before I checked my result, and I was like, "Oh shit, result is out! I don't even know." And then my brother checked it on his phone. He just screamed AIR 8, and we were all just so happy.
But like we were expecting that it should be a rank under 10. I mean,
Yeah,
once the scores were out with a
yeah,
score of 114, I think we had discussed that it will be a very good rank, should
yeah.
be a rank under 10, because we had that data with us. So but yeah, but thinking about it and then finally making it, like so
Yeah,
so has it like finally registered that yes, I'm now going to NLS, or I'm rank 8 or
actually,
something.
the thing is that my brother and my mom were not able to sleep the day before class. I slept like a baby. Also, another thing I want to tell people: get a good sleep before class. Okay, and don't go
Sleep
on
every day. I mean,
every day. Yeah,
why just before CLAT? I mean,
that is before
should
CLAT
sleep
every
every
day.
day. Your body needs rest. Yes.
Yeah. And also don't do panic studying before CLAT. I just gave one sectional test and I did not study that much before CLAT. People do study, it's very subjective, but don't do panic studying, because if you do panic studying, like I remember for my first attempt and I had to go to the center by car, and in the car I was reading GK notes from my laptop. And वो पागलपन है, मत करो.
पागलपन है हाँ रेस बट वो होता है ना कि जानवी उसको आफ्टर रिजल्ट बोलना ठीक है बट उस समय लगता है कि पता नहीं मैं शायद 3-4 चीजें और पढ़ लूं और यही आ गया एग्जामिनेशन में तो पता नहीं एज एन
Yes.
यू नीड
That
टू
is there, but panic
you
होके मत करो
you
इस
want to
exam.
utilize every moment that you have
Yeah. That is also
for
true.
your
That's why I said
preparation.
it's subjective. And yes, and my friend circle as well have good friends. I really love my friends. And you know, my Mehul, he sadly, unfortunately, did not make it. But he
Hmm.
called me after the provisional answer key was out, and I told him my score. He called me and started crying. And I thought that he's crying because his paper did not go well. And I started consoling him and giving him a platitudes and stuff. And he said, "Are you crazy? I'm crying for you. It's not for me. It's for you." And to have such great friends, Mehul, Uja, Anushka, it is like wonderful. It was, and actually my first attempt was very unhappy one. I was just like studying essay alone, and this time I had
Was a
friends.
happy attempt.
Yeah, a happy
Friends
attempt.
do help. I mean, you need to have that group of people around you with whom you can
Yes.
interact on a regular basis. And I think if you're comfortable um, talking to them, I think it makes the journey a lot easier. You
Very,
don't have to
very
meet
much.
them, but just getting connecting with them virtually. I think in the last 2 years, each one of us has got used to the Google Meets and the Zoom and everything.
Exactly.
So it feels
Yes.
like fantastic to kind of see them. And so will you be meeting Merchant and Anushka for the first time tomorrow?
I met Merchant
Merchant,
when I
because
was
in
with
Bombay,
CLAT
yeah,
20, yeah,
huh,
because in Bombay, but Anushka for the first time.
first
I'm
time,
gonna
huh,
give her a violent hug. Like
huh.
that's not gonna be a
A
slight
regular hug. No, no,
hug, a regular hug. It's gonna
it
be a
has to be a
violent one.
violent hug.
It
So
has to be
let
a violent one.
so let everybody in the restaurant know that you guys
We
are
are
on a date,
friends.
right?
Yeah, we are on a date.
Let everybody in the restaurant know. How cool,
And also
Janvi. Hmm.
another thing for droppers especially, because I know what it feels like, and many a times you will feel like your life isn't nothing but a drudgery and utter cycle of nonsense. But remember, you chose this battle. So, and my intention behind the drop was that I wanted to do justice to myself. So I finally feel happy. I feel happy that okay, I did it. Now I've done justice to myself. And whenever you're having bad times, bad moments, low mock score, remember why you're doing this. And remember that you chose this. It's not, I mean, मैं वही सोची थी कि कितना बुरा होता had my parents forced me to do NEET and then मैं से physics chemistry पढ़ती रहती. At least I don't have to do that.
And now it's like at least now after getting to this rank, and yes, I think one thing which I have understood or which I would like to add is कि preparation में struggle तो होगा. As in,
बहुत.
if you are preparing for an entrance test where you understand there are so many scores between a fraction of like 4, 5, 6 marks. There are so many scores.
Absolutely.
Struggle तो होगा. I mean, वो
बहुत.
ups and downs होंगे. It will not be all
Uh,
flat or it will all be और
it won't be a
happy नहीं
smooth
होगा.
sailing.
Very smooth नहीं होगा. मतलब happy वाली feeling नहीं होगी.
It will be a roller coaster.
Roller coaster ride, definitely a roller coaster ride as you are mentioning it like this. So and you there will be times जब genuinely रोना आएगा.
बहुत.
बहुत आएगा हाँ genuinely रोना आएगा but then that is a part of the preparation.
And that is what makes it worth it. Now
But
I'm so happy, and then I remember all the days of hard work, and when I used to feel that, oh God, what am I even doing with my life? Because I see because as a dropper you see freshers doing so well than you, and you're
yeah,
like, they have boards and yet they're doing so well. Where am I lacking?
that's so cool.
Yeah.
School journey, very fascinating discussion with you, and hope to see you in NLS soon. I mean, rather in Bangalore soon, because kind of I travel to Bangalore almost every month, so we'll be happy
Yeah,
to
and
see you
also
guys
like
there in Bangalore.
I give
That's
my
a
Wishes to
Analyst has
Anuja
a
ma'am.
fantastic canteen, a very small but a good canteen. So happy to catch up with you guys there.
Yes, and also
ठीक.
give my wishes to Anuja ma'am, Sakshi ma'am, Harsh sir. And please, I have one question to ask to Mayur sir. What is Manoj Comics?
What is? What
Manoj
is?
Comics.
Is he a
Manoj
fan of
Comics.
Manoj Comics?
He mentions it. He used to mention. I remember last year we used to attend. Like I used to attend his Menti quizzes, and he used to say it after every single quiz that पढ़ते रहिए Manoj Comics. And I was like, what is Manoj Comics?
कुछ तो होगा. Let me also figure that out. A very interesting name of the company, Manoj Comics. Let me मतलब मैंने Diamond Comics तो सुना था. Have you heard about Diamond Comics? या like
नहीं.
नहीं सुना होगा, रहने तो छोड़ो. तो अपन मैंने मनोज कॉमिक्स में भी इससे पता करता हूँ.
हाँ हाँ.
And I'll get back to you.
Also,
ठीक है.
anime played a huge part in my prep. I started watching anime last year only, and
हाँ.
anime की वजह से मैंने drop लेने का decision लिया था because there was this one dialogue in Demon Slayer that it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel disheartened, but just don't give up. And I remember I binge watched Black Clover, also an anime, and my scores catapulted from 66 to 107. I was like,
Catapulted. I'm telling you, whenever this girl is happy, she uses some really tough words while speaking. Doesn't seem that you come from a Marathi medium background till standard 10th, right?
and
Okay.
yeah, because I worked really hard on that.
Were you reading? Were you into reading a lot since
Yes, yes.
childhood?
Yeah, I used to read like mostly Marathi books till ninth standard. Then I started venturing out of my comfort zone and reading English books. So at that time, I was like a pretty amateur reader. I used to read young adult books like Divergent. I used to feel like, oh, this is the greatest book ever written, but it's not. It's really crap. But then in 11th, I started reading more, I don't know, mature books. I think classics, then Shashi Tharoor and other authors. I love reading.
Cool. So that is one thing that you'll be continuing in your graduation. For sure.
Yes, even like painting. I love painting. I love reading. I love talking. I have so many hobbies.
So many hobbies.
Yeah.
Hello. Cool, Janvi. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day tomorrow, and let's catch up. Let me know when we can do that group thing
Yes,
tomorrow
yes, yes. I'm
evening or
so
maybe Monday
excited.
morning. Yeah,
Yes, I'm so
and
excited to
then
do that.
but you guys have to promise something. You must have had some funny moments during your prep. A lot of them
Obviously.
in a group. You must have had some embarrassing moments as well.
Yes, many.
Let's bring them everything on record tomorrow evening or Monday morning.
Then it's gonna be
Share them.
embarrassing.
Share them. Share them. It should be fun, right?
Yeah.
Bye, Janvi. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Bye bye.
Thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity of sharing my so-called wisdom with you.
चलो चल बाय. See you
Bye
soon. मिलते
bye.
हैं कभी. Yeah, bye.
Yes.
Bye.